thank you. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening. You're welcome to my live broadcast.
Okay.
You're welcome to my live broadcast. This is 3rd of April 2020. Welcome to my live broadcast this evening. This evening will be dedicated to somebody who have been who have claimed to be the special advisor to the president on media and publicity. The man called Femi Adesina. Of course, some people call him Femi Adesina, but I call him Femi Adesina. Femi Adesina. I call him Femi Adesina, and the title of this live broadcast today is How Not to Be the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity. How not to be the special advisor to the presidency or to the president, of course to the presidency because there is no president, to the presidency on media and publicity. I repeat it again. How not to be the special advisor to the presidency on media and publicity. Now, before I continue, I want to use this opportunity to register my displeasure, my anger, my unhappiness, my anger. That is, my heart is broken on these donors, those people who donated money to Federal Republic of Nigeria from Biafra land. I want to use this opportunity before I continue this broadcast today to say that I am really, really angry because you donated this money, billions of naira, to the government that don't want you to leave. And those people, especially innocent motors for this gesture have disappointed the entire Igbo race. It is with a very big disappointment that innocent motors donated 2.5 billion to the government of the caliphate. The government that don't want his business to prosper. The government that have always haunted him. And each time the government come for him, the ordinary Igbos have always been those who stood by him, fight for him on social media, on mainstream media, on newspaper, everywhere. We will always come and fight and defend his business. Unfortunately, when this kind of crisis comes, when he know that 2.5 billion he donated are not going anywhere, and he donated that money to the caliphate government. All of you who donated from Biafra land, you have betrayed Biafra. You have betrayed Biafra. All of you who donated from Biafra land have betrayed Biafra, and with a very big disappointment. Of course, including Engineer Ato Eze. Engineer Ato Eze, we know that the money you donated is not, of course, we know what you can do. We know that you can do more than what you did. You donated 500 million. it is nothing to you, but for the fact that you donated at all is a very big disappointment. Considering the fact that even these governments have haunted you, they never want to have anything to do with you, Engineer Ato Eze. These governments don't want to have anything to do with you since 2015. But still, you donated 500 million. Probably because you are in good term or a very good friend of the governor of Ebonyi State. You should have donated the money to the governors of the Southeast instead of donating it to the federal government of Nigeria. Because all this money you people donated will end up going to Boko Haram, sponsoring Boko Haram or herdsmen against your own people. So this evening, I want to use this opportunity to say that I am very angry. And everybody who is a real Biafran, who is a true son of the soil of Biafra, should be very, very angry about this development. Of course, we cannot change you, we cannot control how you spend your money, but it is very foolish, very unpatriotic to your race, to your tribe, that in the entire North, only three people donated money, at least the one we know of. Dangote, Atiku, and one other man, or at least 4 of them, from the entire North. Even T.Y. Danjuma did not donate 1 kobo. T.Y. Danjuma did not donate 1 kobo. T.Y. Danjuma owns oil well in Biafra land. He owned oil well in Biafra land. He did not donate 1 kobo. Gowon also is part of those who are sharing the national cake today. He did not donate one naira. Former President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida is also one of those who are eating from the national cake. He did not donate 1 naira, at least that we know of. Abdusalami Abubakar is also the former military president of Nigeria. He did not donate 1 naira. Former President Goodluck Jonathan, we did not hear him donating 1 naira. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, we did not hear him donating 1 naira. Why is it that you, that have not benefited anything from the government other than persecution, will bring billions to give to this government that are terrorists? I am really not happy. And I believe a lot of people are not happy. So, you people still have the opportunity to make it up to Biafrans. Otherwise, you have betrayed. This has nothing to do with agitation of Biafra. This has nothing to do with freedom of Biafra. What it has to only do that you have betrayed Igbos. Even if you are not talking about Biafra, you have betrayed your ethnic group to the biggest maxim. To the highest maxim, you have betrayed your ethnic group. You, not that you are benefiting, they have sidelined you. They are crippling your businesses, including you, Peter Obi. Your business has been crippled, and you bring out 1 billion to give to the government that is sponsoring terrorism. Meanwhile, your presidential candidate, aspirant in the name of Atiku Abubakar, donated 50 million. You think Atiku do not have 1 billion to donate? And you people think Atiku don't have billion to donate? He donated 50 million. So we are really disappointed in all of you. And you still have the opportunity to make amendment. You still have the opportunity to make an amendment. All this money you donated, you should have just given them to your local government, to your villages, and let the women, let people who are hungry, let people who don't have businesses, they start businesses after this coronavirus crisis, and you are giving government, are you using the money to beg the Fulanis, or is it a bribe? Are you giving them bribe? Because we don't understand why you should be giving billions to a government that don't know nothing, to a government that only sponsoring terrorism and sponsoring people to come and kill your people. It is really sickening. This breaks my heart. Of course, in the first place, I have to acknowledge what you people have done, considering the level of the crisis and all that. And in other words, it is to show the good heart of an average Igbo man. But it has become this is a stupid act. Very, very stupid act. It doesn't represent who we are. It doesn't represent who we are. It is a very stupid act that you people are giving billions. Now, let me go straight to the issue of the day. Femi Adesina. I decided to make it a little bit rain on Femi Adesina, who is the special advisor to the president on media and publicity. And like I said, the title of this, my broadcast today, is How Not to Be the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity. Now, when you lost touch with the reality, what I'm about to do now is to expose the incompetence in Adesina. I want to expose the incompetence of Adesina to the entire Nigeria, for them to know that he is not even qualified to be a special advisor on media and publicity. That you were once a writer or a journalist and have worked for an Igbo man. He has worked for Ojos Okalo in his company, Sons Daily, or what is it called? It is not that he have worked for many years in that. Of course, during that time, he used to write something. He even wrote about Biafra. But he have shown the biggest and the highest level of incompetency from 2015 till date. So that is, of course, I'm not going to go into all his lapses, the loopholes and all that, but I'm going to pick one or two things to make his seat hot a little bit, because he's disgracing Yoruba race. Yorubas are very smart people. And I know a lot of Yorubas, very, very smart people. He happened to behave probably differently. Whether he's real Yoruba man, nobody knows. But this evening, I am talking about him. So first of all, before I start the issue of this Femi, one thing you should know about him is this. He is nothing. There is nothing like a media publicity or advisor. The advisor, clause, the advisor clause attached to his name should be removed. Nobody should be calling him from today special advisor. That special advisor should be removed from his title, because he is not advising the president. He don't even have contact with the president. So anytime you ask him question, he don't know anything concerning the president. So anybody that is having a direct contact with the president and communicate with the president and special advisor to the president or a special advisor to anybody should have direct communication every day. Because you are advising that person, right? You are advising the person. You are not advising a third party that will not go to advise the president. So the special advisor should be removed, and we can't entertain a ceremonial special advisor. No. If you are either you are a special advisor or you are not a special advisor. There is nothing like ceremonial special advisor. So what you can be calling him is Femi Adesina, who comes to speak on behalf of the president. So, and when you come to speak on behalf of the president and you don't speak anything, it means you are not speaking on behalf of anybody. That is number 2. Now, I will want to prove what I'm saying now to you, starting from the video you are about to watch. Now, listen.
Is it that your office, you don't get to give Nigerians regular state of health of the then president who was circulated by now Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed? Why is it that your office, you don't get to give Nigerians regular updates on the state of health of the president?
Did you hear that? They are asking him, why don't he get to give Nigeria updates? This is not new video. This is not new video, so you don't get confused. They were asking him, why don't he get to give Nigeria updates on the president, which he is special advisor on media and publicity. They are asking him, why are you not giving Nigerians update? Now listen to what he has to say. Most of you must have watched this video, but I want to bring something out of it today, and so that after this, you don't need to be respecting or even regarding this man that has grown. And when you look at this picture, when you look at his picture here, he was still he emaciated a lot. The stomach only started growing when they came in for the second time. The stomach started growing because he knows he's now for the second time. So, but in this place, he's still very uncertainty. There is still very high uncertainty whether he is managing this or not managing it. So now listen to him as he responds to this question.
Office, you don't get to give Nigerians regular updates on the state of health of the president.
Yeah, these are two incommensurates. You can't compare the Yaradua scenario, the Yaradua saga with what is happening now. Then you could ask for daily updates because the president left the country without anybody being told where he was headed and why he was going there. 2, he did not transfer power to his then deputy, the vice president. That is not the situation now. When the president was leaving on January 19, we issued a statement. He was going on vacation and he would do routine medical checkups. Now, when those medical checkups need to be extended, we also announced it that because he needed to still do more and get the results, he has asked for an extension. And then 3, power has been transferred to the vice president, who is the acting president. So you don't need exactly what the then AC asked for in 2009.
Are you in touch with the president?
Daily. I'm not saying I speak with him direct.
You see that? Did you hear that? You see the lies. Like today, I have come to prove to you that this man only have special advisor attached to his name, and he cannot even have a direct contact with the president. Only when there are meetings, only when there are something like fake meetings, and he has nothing to do with the president. Now listen to that question again and listen to his response. Now listen.
Exactly what the then AC asked for in 2009.
Are you in touch with the president?
Daily. I'm not saying I speak with him direct.
You hear that? He is not saying that he speak with him direct. Are you listening?
But I'm in touch with London daily. People around him will speak daily.
And he speak with the people around him. And this was when the president was in London. This was when the president was in London, and he happens to be the president's special advisor. So you see the reason why I tell you from today, you don't attach special advisor to his title, because he don't have that. He is not a special advisor. It is audio special advisor. It is ceremonial. It is not even ceremonial special advisor. Anything special advisor should be removed Henceforth, because he is not special advisor to the president, he don't have direct contact to the president, only when they have fake meeting. Now continue listening.
Daily.
So why then did you not advise that the letter, which came on Sunday afternoon or thereabout, should have come a lot earlier, because the National Assembly were not sitting, and they're not at the moment, to consider his letter?
They're not. I thought they were going to sit today. They don't sit at weekends, they don't sit on Mondays, but they sit on Tuesdays. So they should sit today.
I know the House of Reps took, I think, a 3-week break for some purpose, and then they'll be back or thereabouts.
You see? This man lost touch with reality. As a special advisor to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he don't know when the senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are supposed to have their plenary session. He don't know. He don't know. Because when they gave him this position, everything about him changed. He was not like this when Ojo Zokalo employed him. He was not like this. If he was like this, Ojo Zokalo can never employ him as an Igbo man. He was not like this. But listen, a media man, a publicity secretary, or a special advisor on media and publicity don't know when the presidency, when the senators are having their plenary session. And he told this journalist that they are supposed to have their session today because this is Tuesday. And this man is telling him that, no, they are now on 2 weeks break. Now, listen again.
So they should sit today.
I know the House of Reps took, I think, a 3-week break for some purpose, and then they'll be back or thereabouts.
Well, I am sure that if an emergency comes up, they can always ask them to. Did you
see what he did? He didn't know anything about the Senate, and this is the man who flaunted himself all around, insulting hip-hop, insulting IPOB, insulting Biafra agitators, insulting Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu have destroyed the foundation of Nigeria with his preaching. And that preaching of Nnamdi Kanu brought me. And a lot of me are coming on the way to destroy the remaining one. Now, he is this man you are looking at now is the one who said that Biafra agitators are causing trouble. He don't know, as a media man, as a special advisor to the president, he don't know when the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the National Assembly, are having their plenary session. He don't know.
Purpose, and then they'll be back or thereabouts.
He is thinking, this is the,
well,
you see?
I am sure that if an emergency comes up, they can always ask them to show up and take a decision. And I don't think this is like a national emergency. This is more like following due process.
Did you hear that? That the president's letter, when the president was in London and for against the Nigeria Constitution, in violation of the Nigeria Constitution, it is to him not a national emergency.
All right, Mr. Adesina, thank you for your thoughts today on the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, did you
We'll be back in a moment, everyone, to join us again.
Now, did you see that? This is one. This is one. From this video, you can see that this man called Femi Adesina don't even have any, he don't, of course, he may have direct number to the president, to the presidency and all that, but he don't communicate directly with the president. So how can he now come and begin to doubt the claim of Nnamdi Kanu, of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the president traveled to Egypt or traveled to Cuba or to Dubai or just anywhere, but not in Nigeria. During the time Abakari tested positive to coronavirus. How will he know? You see, he don't even know who is the president in Aso Rock. How can he know? How can somebody who don't know anything? He was okay. Let me show you actually why I decided to rain on him today, because the love letter that he shared on his wall in Facebook, where he was sharing the same opinion of the poster, and he tagged it, the women who love President Buhari, the women who love President Buhari, and in that post, Nnamdi Kanu was mentioned. Now, I want to show you that post. After showing you that post, I will come back and ask a question. Now watch. You see, this is the post, and he called this post Women Who Love President Muhammad Buhari. I am not going to read the post. I'm not going to read all these texts because it was just, he first of all addressed them. He said, these are patriots who love their country dearly and also love its president very dearly, and to use this local palace, love President Muhammad Buhari, scatter through thick and thin and what have you. After he posted this, of course, he now started posting the comment. These are the posts of these women whom he already shared their pictures on his own wall, praising them. And in one of the posts that he copied from those women, something like this was written there. They say, for one of them say, Bami in Aso Rock today. Keep being good. God got your back. President Muhammad Buhari locked down Wela Sifia pains for 2 weeks. They were expecting him on stretcher, but he stood for 21 minutes. Is 21 minutes achievement? Your president is standing 21 minutes to talk, and you are praising him on social media. Now, the one that got my attention is not all this garbage. What got my attention in this whole thing is this line. This line is the thing that got my attention, where they said, Nnamdi Kanu, who does not know anywhere in Abuja except Kuje prison, is telling us how Aso Villa looks like. This was the reason I decided to rain on Femi Adesina this evening. And Femi is telling you, at least because he did not, this was not his direct message, but he copied it and shared on his wall, which means he shared the same opinion. So everything that was written here, it was not coming from him, but for him to share it means that he shared the same opinion. And that is why I decided to make it rain on him today, to let him understand that what he's parading himself is the level of incompetency in him is smelling so bad. Now, since you have seen it, listen. They say Nnamdi Kanu, who does not know anywhere in Abuja except Kuje prison, is telling us how Aso Villa looks like. Now, let us see the person who knows Aso Villa and who are working very closely with the president. How close he is with the president. Now you have listened again. Let me play for the last time. For the last time, this video for the last time, so it can be on your memory as well. For the last time.
who are going to sit today, they don't sit at weekends, they don't sit on Mondays, but they sit on Tuesdays. So they should sit.
Not advised that the letter, which came on Sunday afternoon or thereabouts, should have come a lot earlier because the National Assembly were not sitting, and they're not at the moment, to consider his letter.
They're not. I thought they were going to sit today.
You see that? He is berating. He was berating Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu don't know any place in Abuja except Kuje prison. But to him, who is in the government, not only that he is in the government, he is a media. He is supposed to be the special advisor. He don't know when the National Assembly, when the senators are sitting. He don't know. And he is posting on his Facebook wall today, 11 hours or 12 hours ago, that Nnamdi Kanu don't know any place in Abuja.
They don't sit at weekends, they don't sit on Mondays, but they sit on Tuesdays. So they should sit today.
I know the House of Reps took, I think, a 3-week break for some purpose, and then they'll be back or thereabouts.
He is thinking.
Well, I am sure that if an emergency comes up, they can always ask them to show up and take a decision. And I don't think this is like a national emergency. This is more like following due process.
Now you are about to watch the biggest lie. You are about to listen to the biggest lie. Listen to the question this journalist is going to ask him and listen to how he lied. First of all, the lie is that they asked him, are you in direct contact with the president? He said, yes, daily. And then he said, not directly to the president. You see? Lies in front of camera. Now listen.
All right, Ms. Adesina, thank you for your thoughts today on the program.
Listen.
Well, I am sure that if an emergency comes up, they can always ask them to show up and take a decision. And I don't think this is like a national emergency. This is more like following due process.
All right, Ms. Adesina, thank you for your thoughts today on the program. The letter which came on Sunday, are you in touch with the president?
In 2009.
Now listen to
Are you in touch with the president? Are you in touch with the president?
Daily. I'm not saying I speak with him direct, but I'm in touch with London daily. People around him will speak daily.
He is not in touch. He is not. He said he does speak with the president directly. You see that? He does speak with the president directly, and he called himself special advisor. You see why I asked you to remove that special advisor from his name from today? Did you see that? I told you remove special advisor from his name from today. You see that he don't speak with the president directly. He speaks with the people around him. And who are these people? Abba Kaere, who is now somewhere resting. Nobody knows. And as I'm talking to you now, he don't know where Abba Kaere is. And he is the media. If anybody asks him question now, where is Abba Kaere? He will tell you it is a personal, it is a family thing. He don't know. He don't know anything. So how can you be calling this man special advisor to the president of media who don't know his left from his right? When IPOB, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks, when a Biafra agitator talks, that is when he have knowledge. And what kind of knowledge does he even have? He will say these people are disgracing Nigeria outside the country. You see? He don't know anything about the government in which he's serving. Now, I want to play a different video, not this one. I'll finish with this one, the next video. Now listen to this.
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm just asking about the president's chief of staff doing at this time. That's also one thing I would like to get clarification.
It's the villa is under a retainership. People that keep it clean, that fumigate from time to time. So there's nothing extraordinary about it.
All right. So how is the president's chief of staff doing at this time? That's also...
Listen to the question. This is also a direct question. How is the president? You see, a very technical and a very intelligent question. A very intelligent question. How is the president's chief of staff doing at the moment? How is the president's chief of staff doing at the moment? Because this young man from the channel TV, of course, sometimes they are very biased, but this young man from the channel TV is very brilliant. He knows that when he asks him a question like, what about chief of staff? He will tell him that he is not the special advisor or a media person to chief of staff. He will chief of staff. He will direct the question. He will dodge the question. So instead of him not to dodge the question, because they know him very well, they invite him all the time. So they have studied him. So instead of him to ask Femi, what about the chief of staff? He didn't want to ask like that. He said, what about the president's chief of staff? Then thereby mentioning that president, connecting him as the special advisor to the president on media. He connected him with that question, but look at how he's going to dodge that question again. Even upon that. Now watch.
One thing I would like to get clarification.
That fumigate from time to time. So there's nothing extraordinary about it.
All right.
So listen to the question now. Listen to the question.
So how is the president's chief of staff doing at this time? That's also one thing I would like to get clarification on.
No, obviously you listened to the Minister of Health earlier in the day when he briefed.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Somebody who is a media, who's supposed to be advisor on media and publicity on media. They asked him question. He referred him to the statement of minister. He referred him to the statement. So what is the aim? Or why is he sitting there? Why is he parading himself as the special advisor to the president on media? If he cannot answer a single question directly, that is because he don't have direct contact with the president. And because he don't know what to say. But he paraded himself in Abuja. He paraded himself in Lagos. He paraded himself in Channel TV, answering, I am the media aide. I am the special advisor to the president. Only name. He don't have anything to the president. Only when they have the fake meeting, you see him there. You see him standing and taking pictures with the president. Not apart from this, nothing else this guy know. Now listen again, watch. This is not Simon Ekpa or IPOB propagandists, as they call it, did not edit this video. This is coming directly from Channel TV. Now watch.
No, time to time.
Chief of staff doing at this?
There's nothing extraordinary about it.
All right. So how is the president's chief of staff doing at this time? That's also one thing I would like to get clarification on.
Listen.
No, obviously you listened to the Minister of Health earlier in the day when he briefed.
Unbelievable.
He didn't confirm. He just said an aide to the president. So I wouldn't be mentioning names.
Unbelievable.
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm just asking about the president's chief of staff. How is it?
You see? Did you see why I told you that the guy in the Channel TV is very brilliant and they have studied this Femi? They have studied this big stomach guy. They know that he dodges every question because he have lost touch with the Aso Rock. He don't know what is going on there. So they know him very well. They know that if they throw the question directly, he will dodge the question by saying, I am not the media aide to the chief of staff. And that was the reason the guy asked him, the president chief of staff, connecting him. And he's still dodging it. After blabbing of the minister, the guy came back to the question again. And listen.
Asking about the president's chief of staff. Well, I'm not asking you. I'm just asking about the president's chief of staff. How is it doing? I asked you about your health. You said you were fine. So how is the chief of staff also doing, if you know?
Because I have not seen him for a couple of days, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that this is how he is.
You see that? You have not seen him for a couple of days, and you don't know how he feels, but you are doubting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that tells you that he is in Cuba. You don't know. You don't know where he is, and you are sharing something in your Facebook account where Nnamdi Kanu don't know any place in Abuja except Kuje prison. Do you see how incompetent, and I will not call him stupid, this guy is? Incompetency smells. Somebody is telling you, or somebody was telling you, that Abba Kaere is in Cuba. You were flying all over Facebook, all over social media, that don't listen to all those IPOB propagandas, don't listen to this Nnamdi Kanu, but now you don't know for days where Abba Kaere is on national television. And you cannot accept the one that you were told that he is in Cuba until further notice. And again, they came to lie that they are now taking him to Lagos. The Commissioner of Health come publicly to say, I don't know whereabouts of Abba Kaere in Lagos. As a Commissioner of Health in Lagos State, he don't know that the Chief of Staff of the Federation is in his own state taking medical treatment. He don't know. And now they ask you, you say you have not heard from them for days. Not only days, for months. Do you have contact with them? You don't have contact with them? Fulanis they just give you the name special advisor, and you use it to intimidate girls, because that is what all of you do. You go to a hotel, take all this woman, take that woman, you begin to intimidate them, and you cannot ordinarily answer question that is in your office, your own office. You can't answer any question. Watch again.
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm just asking about the president's chief of staff. How is it doing? I asked you about your health. You said you were fine. So how is the chief of staff also doing, if you know?
Because I have not seen him for a couple of days, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that this is how he is. If you ask me about the president was still in the office yesterday, I will tell you, yes, Mr. President is doing fine.
You see the lie? You see the lie? How can he know that the president is in the office yesterday and he did not know about the chief of staff? This is why, you see the way, this is exactly the reason why this guy was asking him, President, Chief of Staff. He put that president to make sure he answers something. But no, he didn't. He didn't. Because the president own, they are still hiding it. So he can shamelessly, come and lie, like real lie, that president was in the office yesterday. But he don't know about the chief of staff that employed him. Listen.
Mr. Adesina, I'm sure you're aware of the news out there about the Chief of Staff's state of health. Of course, we wish everybody the best at this time, but it's important, to have some form of clarification on this matter.
No, you also need to remember that it's a question of ethics. If the health minister, who is a reputed medical doctor, came out to brief and he didn't mention names, it tells you that it's in the realm of ethics. Anybody passing through a health condition is the one that can authorize that it be revealed. Nobody else, not even a doctor treating that person, dare reveal it, otherwise he will be breaching the ethics.
You see that? Nobody can review the status of Abba Kaere without his authorization. So why? And not only that, you don't know where he is. And you up to this moment, you don't know where Abba Kayere is. But somebody, Nnamdi Kanu, is telling you that he's in Cuba. And you come shamelessly online to start to yab that, oh, these people who don't know anything about Aso Rock. How do you know he's not in Cuba? When you, who are supposed to be in the government, have lost touch with them for days. How do you know? Continue watching.
So, Prince Charles, for instance, tested positive. He said, reveal it, disclose it. And a statement was issued to that effect. He authorized it. Our vice president tested negative, and he said,
okay, now did Abba Kayere authorize his own news that he tested positive? Did he authorize it? I want to hear you say that. I want to listen whether you will hear him say Abba Kayere authorized the positive to be announced. Listen, he mentioned Prince Charles. He mentioned the vice president authorizing their own. So I want to hear him mentioning that the same Abba Kayere now authorized that his own negative, positive should be announced. Listen, whether you will hear anything like that.
disclose it, and his media aide disclosed it. Statement was issued to that effect. He authorized it. Our vice president tested negative, and he said, disclose it, and his media aide disclosed it. So that is the way it is done, ethically.
So
right,
you see, he avoided mentioning how did they disclose Abba Kayere's positive. You see that? This man on purpose, because he knows nothing he's talking about. He avoided telling you who authorized them to announce that Abba Kayere is positive. He did not mention that because Abba Kayere did not authorize that. It came that he tested positive. What is the big deal about testing positive? But because he don't know what happened and he have lost touch with the reality in the presidency. That is why he is dodging everything you listed.
Matter of closure, because Mr. Adesina, you'll agree with me that this is still on. A lot of people are speculating about that. In fact, different theories, and I recall you said that Nigerians like conspiracy theories. As a matter of closure on this, what would you be telling Nigerians?
Okay.
I'll be telling Nigerians that we are part of the global community. The world has an emergency, has a crisis. The world is battling it with each country trying as much as it could within its capacity. Nigeria is part of that global community. The country is doing its best. Let's stay focused. Let's continue to battle this virus, which is a common enemy of humanity. And let's leave little things aside and face the major thing.
Right. Now, speaking of one of the major things, we've looked around. You said this is a global war. Definitely. We see, how countries.
One moment. Of course, they are interrupting it. It will be 1 moment, just 1 moment.
Hei, liikkumisen rajoittamisen takia ikäihmisten kaupassakäynti voi vaikeutua.
So from the moment the coronavirus pandemic hit Nigeria, President Buhari swung into action by raising a committee to look at its effect on our economy. That was one. Then a presidential task force on COVID-19 headed by the SGF daily basis about this, or at least regularly.
It's a matter of style.
Right. Now, speaking of one of the major things, we've looked around. You said this is a global war. Definitely. We see, how countries are responding to this. And, of course, how Nigeria is responding, which has been commended in some quarters. But one thing a lot of people are still worried about is the fact that they don't see daily briefings from president, for example. I mean, you look around other nations and you see how the leaders, brief the citizens on a daily basis. And it begs the question, why does it appear as though the president does not want to brief the nation on a daily basis about this, or at least regularly?
It's a matter of style. If we go back to school, you remember in stylistics class, we were told that style is idiosyncratic, which means it differs from person to person. The style that A adopts may not be the one that B adopts, and there is no style that you can call the style for everybody. So everybody is at liberty to adopt a style that suits him.
Right.
The style our president has adopted is to set up a presidential task force headed by the secretary to the government of the federation, which briefs regularly. You have the health minister who briefs. You have the Minister of State Health who also briefs. You have the NCDC, National Center for Disease Control, they brief.
You know,
so
Mr. Adesina,
you have that change.
A moment.
Okay, now listen. You see, I am about to prove to you again that he have lost total touch with the presidency. And that is why he come here on national television to say the president have style. And the style is that he has adopted people, he has inaugurated committees, so which means, according to him, the president is never coming to speak. He's never coming to speak to Nigerians. That was his conclusion. Now watch again.
And
that's understandable.
There is no lack of information.
That's understandable. But, you know, Nigerians will cast their minds back to the period of the 2019 election campaign where the president actually spoke to Nigerians at every point during that campaign. And they're wondering, what happened to the love? Has the love been lost? Sort of.
No, there are two incommensurates. Campaign is campaign. This you cannot parallel with a campaign. This is about a day-to-day affair of the country. No, you can't compare the two.
You see? And do you think this man actually have brain, human brain, working in him? No. He don't have brain. Because if he have human brain, if he have Yoruba brain, like I said, I don't know whether this man is actually a Yoruba man because Yoruba people are smart. If this man is a Yoruba man, he will not even dare to say this thing he said here. That campaign is campaign. Daily running of the government is daily running of the government. Did you hear that? You think that anybody with human sense will talk like this as a representative or an advisor to the president of Nigeria? You will come online to say this kind of thing, that campaign. So president can run every day to campaign. And campaign is actually different from governance. So in campaign, you can bring out your energy every day. But when it comes to governance, you bring your energy once in a month. Does that make sense to you? Do you think anybody with his right sense will come and speak like this? Representing a president? No. So he is not even qualified to be a PA to councillor. Because if you speak like this to people in the community, in this village, if you speak like this, the next time they are not going to vote your boss. If you are a PA to a local government chairman, you went to the village you went to your village and said to the village people that they ask you, what is going on? We are not seeing our chairman again. You know, during this election, he was running everywhere. He was coming to us. He was speaking to us. And now, we are not seeing him. What is happening? He will now be telling the village people that, you know, election is campaign is campaign. You know, so campaign is gone. Now we are in governance. You don't see the chairman again. Do you think that the people will still vote the chairman again in that village? The answer is no. But of course, Nigerians are what they are. And this man come to national television as an advisor to #1 citizen of Nigeria, where you have professors and learned people and intelligent Nigerians everywhere. And he come like this to speak. And somebody, for example, somebody that one of them or one of you who are watching me will even hear what I'm saying, and you still come and shout, Femi Adesina, APC Buhari, APC Buhari. You cannot think and reason what I have just said now. Do you think that if he happens to be the PA to a local government chairman in your village, after the election, during the election, the local government chairman is coming to your place every day? Every day, because he was looking for vote. And then after the election, he won the vote. You voted him massively, thinking that after he won the election, he will be coming to visit you people like he has been visiting during the election. And all of a sudden, for this man who is his PA of that chairman, of the chairman of that local government, to come to your place and say, you don't need to expect the chairman again because you have won the election. So that time he was coming here was just election. It was no. Now he don't want to see anybody, and that is his own style. You see that, and people don't have brain anymore. Now watch.
If it becomes imperative for the president himself to speak, he will speak. But the president's style is that when he gives you an assignment, he leaves you to do it. There are people that he has set up in committees, in task forces, in groups, and they are doing the work, and they keep Nigerians abreast with developments. So he lets them do it.
All right, Mr. Femi Adesina.
So now, before I close the video, because another video is coming, if he is in the government, if he is in touch with the presidency, he should have known that Buhari or the presidency was preparing speech for him. He should have known. As a media man, as a special advisor on media, he should have known that the presidency was preparing a speech and he was preparing to address Nigeria. But after, even on this day, he don't know. He is not aware. And it was after a few days of this interview, the president came public to give that speech that has caused controversy. So he don't know about the speech. He don't know that the president was coming to address Nigerians. He don't know. Because if he know, and not only that if he know, if he is in touch with the presidency, he should know. And here he should have very proud to say, yes, presidency is coming to address Nigeria in a matter of days. He would have said that, but because he don't know. He don't know. So he is coming only on this national television to blab. And that is why he cannot answer any question, because he don't know anything. Anytime you answer him question, okay, tell me now, has he answered any question from all this video I have been playing? Have you seen him addressing any question directed to him? No. He will always push the question to somebody else. He never answered any question. And they keep on inviting him. And because they already know him, that is why the guy was trying to at least get something out from him. But he cannot. Because he is only answering special advisor. But I'm asking you today, any place you are calling his name, addressing him, do not address him as special advisor, because he don't qualify to be called special advisor. No. This kind of person is too low. He don't have that tenacity. He don't have that mental capacity to be addressed as special advisor. Who is he? Is he advising president with? If he's the one advising president with this kind of reasoning and brain, then maybe president must have been committing a lot of blunder on daily basis.
I would like to thank you so much. We understand that you probably have some other work to do, but thank you for the update on at least the presidency's response to COVID-19 as it stands. Right.
Now, that one is gone. That one is gone. So after he went to this channel TV to address, the president came because and started saying this.
COVID-19 was turning into an epidemic and was officially declared.
Now, you see, I'm not going to play the president's speech completely, but there is part I want to play for you. When people are claiming that he was not in Nigeria, this man came and started debunking that claim, even without him knowing whether they are in Nigeria or not. He don't know the whereabouts of the chief of staff. He don't know. He don't know the whereabouts of the president. He don't know. He don't know that the president was getting ready to address Nigeria. He don't know. But when you come to talk, he come and debunk it. And of course, the information he was giving to the press after the president's speech was the information. The way we get the information is the same way he gets the information. He only gets to listen to this speech, and the speech was recorded. The question you should be asking yourself is that, when was this speech recorded? Nobody know. Nobody know when the speech was recorded. Nobody know. The speech must have even recorded before the coronavirus entered Nigeria. Nobody know. You cannot know. But of course, Nigeria will not think and ask that question, because this was not a live broadcast. So it was recorded. And when was it recorded? That is the question nobody is asking, and that is something that nobody will ever know, except those who recorded the video. Nobody know the date and day the thing was recorded. You see? So now, there is something I want you to pay attention in this speech. Just one thing. When we get there, I will go to a different video.
A worldwide emergency, the federal government started planning preventive, containment, and curative measures in the event that, particularly with clean water and soap, disinfecting frequently used surfaces and areas, coughing into a tissue or elbow, and strictly adhering to infection prevention control measures in health facilities, we can contain this virus. Since the outbreak was reported in China, our government has been monitoring the situation closely and studying the various responses adopted by other countries. Indeed, the Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control was one of the 10 global health leaders invited by the World Health Organization to visit China and understudy their response approach. I am personally very proud of Dr. Ekpa for doing this on behalf of all Nigerians. Since his return, the NCDC has been implementing numerous strategies and programs in Nigeria to ensure that the adverse impact of this virus on our country is minimized. We ask all Nigerians to support the work the Federal Ministry of Health and NCDC are doing, led by the Presidential Task Force. Although we have adopted strategies used globally, our implementation programs have been tailored to reflect our local realities. In Nigeria, we are taking a two-step approach. First, to protect the lives of our fellow Nigerians living here, and second, to preserve the livelihoods of workers and business owners.
Did you see?
To ensure their families get through this.
Did you notice something? Did you notice something now? Did you notice that they cut a play at this point now? This thing was cut and joined. Did you notice that? There is another one I want to show you now.
Pray for quick recovery are now mobilized to confront what has now become both a health emergency and an economic crisis. Nigeria, unfortunately, confirmed its first case on 27 February 2020. Since then, we have seen the number of confirmed cases rise.
Did you hear the date he mentioned? Let me play it again.
Economic crisis. Nigeria, unfortunately, confirmed its first case on 27 February 2020.
On 27 February 2020. Are you listening to that? On 27 February 2020.
Since then, we have seen the number of confirmed cases rise slowly. By the morning of March 29th, 2020, the total confirmed cases within Nigeria has risen to 97. Regrettably, we also had our first fatality, a former employee of PPMC who died on 23rd March 2020. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family in these very difficult times. We also pray for quick recovery for those infected and undergoing treatment. As of today, COVID-19.
Did you notice? When he mentioned COVID-19, they cut the thing and joined. This is where I was looking for. See, when it was time to mention COVID-19, they cut the tape and join it. Listen again.
with his family in these very difficult times. We also pray for quick recovery for those infected and undergoing treatment.
Now listen.
As of today, COVID-19.
You see? Did you notice? Did you notice how the voice disappeared when he want to mention COVID-19? Did you notice how the voice disappeared? Nobody actually know when they recorded this video. Nobody know. Nobody know how, when, how, and how they recorded the video and then dish it to the public for public consumption. Now, watch again.
We also pray for quick recovery for those infected and undergoing treatment. As of today, COVID-19
You see that?
has no cure.
Did you hear that?
Scientists
Now,
around the world
I am not playing this
are
again.
working.
So that is the proof. First of all, to prove to you, of course, they are not doubting that the thing is not recorded and all that. So they have admitted, even this Femi admitted that it was recorded. The question now is, when was it recorded? Which day? That is the question nobody knows, and nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know when, which day it was recorded. Now, I am going to another video of Femi Adesina because I told you I'm going to make it rain on him today.
Because we are keeping Nigerians safe now. A lot of people are clamoring for border closure. President also assured that the focus of government, the interest of government, is to ensure that those who will implement it.
I want to start here because this is what I call the fake meeting on coronavirus meeting or whatever. This is the only place you will see this Femi Adesina. This is the only place you will see him. Now watch.
In fact, the meeting said some approvals have already been given by the president to ensure that the impact of the coronavirus on the economy is minimized as much as possible. The president also assured that the focus of government, the interest of government, is to ensure that the welfare and well-being of Nigerians are preserved as much as possible. So, government is looking forward, planning forward, and getting ready for what may be inevitable if the pandemic lasts for a longer time.
So, a lot of people are clamoring because we are keeping Nigerians safe now. A lot of people are clamoring for border closure. Is the president thinking about it?
Now, this is another thing. Listen to this question. A lot of people are clamoring for border closure. Now, listen to what the answer he gave.
Well, the fact is that whatever is best for Nigeria will be done. Already we have the Center for Disease Control, we have the Ministry of Health that are on top of the situation.
Story.
And you can see daily, if not hourly briefings on this situation.
Story, because he do not know anything the president is thinking about border. That is why he cannot. And listen, they will still ask the question again because he's not addressing that question.
And the situation at hand does not call for pressing of the panic button yet. It's serious, and government is tackling it seriously. If it should be taken several notches higher, it will be done. Nothing is ruled out to keep Nigerians safe, secure, and healthy. Government is looking forward, planning forward, and getting ready for what may be inevitable if the pandemic lasts for a longer time.
So, a lot of people are clamoring because we are keeping Nigerians safe now. A lot of people are clamoring for border closure. Is the president thinking about it?
Well, the fact is that whatever is best for Nigeria will be done.
You see, this question was directed at him as the special advisor to the president on media and publicity. Is the president thinking about it? Is the president thinking about the border closure? That was the question. But he cannot answer that question because he don't know anything about the president. That was the reason. You see, he don't know anything about the president. So he cannot answer that question. Rather, he begin to tell you about the stories and how the flies was flying and the fly entered the soup and the soup poured on the ground and he picked the plate again and put it on top of the table and Konkambu story. Now watch it again.
Already we have the Center for Disease Control, we have the Ministry of Health that are on top of the situation. And you can see daily, if not hourly briefings on this situation. And the situation at hand does not call for pressing of the panic button yet. It's serious and government is tackling it seriously. If it should be taken several notches higher, it will be done. Nothing is ruled out to keep Nigerians safe, secure, and healthy.
You see that? Now, another one is coming. Another one is coming. Now, listen to this. What I'm trying to prove to you today is that one, this guy don't even have any right, morally, intellectually, and whatever, and otherwise, to question claims coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, he should be happy. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu claim is false, he should take it because he don't know anything that is going on in Aso Rock as somebody who is in the government. So he should be happy that somebody is somewhere giving him information of what is going on in Aso Rock because they don't trust him. And that is why they cannot give any information to him because they don't trust him. If they trust him, you think as a special advisor to the president, he will not be aware where is Abba Kayare today? You think so? Now, listen to him.
I think we should begin with Mr. Adesina and get his view. First and foremost, give us some clarity. Before I go to Senator Shehu in Abuja, let's get Mr. Adesina's view on two things. First is what is happening in the villa. Mrs. Buhari is speaking up again. We heard her some time ago about some of the happenings within the villa. She has alleged at some point that she was shut out of the villa. This time around, she's raised. She appears to be very angry.
Thank you. Good evening, Sharon. Well, thank you for calling me up. I heard you quoting earlier from what the First Lady said. And in all that she said, she referred to somebody. There are two of us who speak for Mr. President. My colleague Garba Shehu was the one she was referring to. Therefore, if you will get clarification on that matter, it is only fit and proper and just that you will be seeking it from Garba Shehu. This kind of clarifications you don't get by proxy. You have to get it from the horse's mouth. So
Mr. Adesina, since you speak for the president and some of these things, you perhaps can give us a feel of what the president thinks about this kind of situation. Is the president not, because she has also mentioned the nephew of the president.
Family matters are off limits.
Okay, he diverted it to family matter.
They are off limits.
Okay.
The spokesman, we don't talk about it because that's not what we've been hired to do. That's not why we have been invited into government. If the president will want us to say anything about his family, then it will be a specific.
And the question you should ask him is that, have he answered even the one that has nothing to do with family? You see, he every time they will be interviewing this guy, he is dodging and dodging. If you ask this one, he will claim that one. If you ask him, he will say this is a family matter. If it is not family matter, he will tell you he is only advising on the media. If he's not advising on the media, he will tell you to ask Garba Shehu. He don't know anything that is going on in Nasoro. He has never answered one single question since he started this job.
Instruction. Otherwise, family is off limits, and you see that I don't touch it.
Mr. Adesina, I wish you safety in your affairs in the villa. But give us in 30 seconds a feel of the benefit Nigeria could get from the president's trip in Egypt. Quickly, because that's actually off our conversation. But since the president is there and you're there with him, maybe in a sentence you can give us an understanding of what Nigeria stands to gain at that conference.
Well, this summit is under the theme Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. The Africa we want. Nigeria is part of Africa, not just an insignificant part of the continent, but a major part of the continent. So, what kind of continent do we want, particularly by the year 2063? That is why the president is here. And today he is taking part in a panel discussion where he has spoken on the kind of continent he wants for the future. A continent in which there are no conflicts, where all conflicts are resolved and there is a rebuilding of devastation on the continent. Then he spoke of a country, of a continent where irregular migration is curbed. Now we lose a lot of people, particularly youth, to irregular migration.
He's talking about a continent that the president is trying to build a continent where conflict will be resolved. This is somebody that is coming from a country that one region have 5 different terrorist groups. He is talking, and they have not solved one terrorist group they have not solved. He is talking about the continent of Africa. You see how bogus, how in fact, the incompetence of this guy is smelling. Even if you are watching him from the TV, you will be smelling the incompetency in him. Now, I don't want to play this video. I am going to a different one. Join me.
We have several homeless people on the streets that during this lockdown, and I have also personally observed, aren't on the streets right now. And I wanted to ask what plans the government had put in place for people that are homeless during these times. I'm asking this because citizens can look around and see and suggest different things. We have so many houses that have been confiscated by the EFCC, by AMCON, that maybe homeless people can be put into self-isolation in. Are there any plans in place for homeless people during this time, sir?
Well, not exactly that I can speak about. What I would like to first say is that every country has its own percentage of homeless people.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He said, not what he can speak about. He don't know whether the presidency, whether the government he is serving in is having any arrangement for homeless people, people who don't have house to sleep in this lockdown. He don't know. The woman asked him, EFCC have seized a lot of buildings in Nigeria. Is it not better that these buildings will be, they will use this building to accommodate those who do not have a place to sleep? Like you have watched the video where they break somebody's head, and at the end of the day, they discover that he don't have a house. He don't have a place to sleep. The soldiers, they manhandled him, assaulted him, and broke his head, and blood was rushing from his head. And the pressman went and started tying the head. Most of you have seen the video. That person do not have a house where he lives. And this woman is suggesting, is there anything that the government is putting in place to accommodate those who don't have accommodation? And he said he don't know. And this is somebody who you say is working with the presidency. Somebody who don't... Listen again.
Even in the most advanced countries of the world, you get there, you still see people who have built shacks somewhere by the roadside and they are staying there. Nigeria also has its own percentage of homeless people. But whether there are plans for them now, I can't say definitely. There will be agencies, there will be ministries in charge of things like that. If they have plans that they have formulated, that will be very good. But it is not exactly something the presidency has acted on. If the presidency has acted on it, then I will have information. But
you see that? He said that if the president have acted on it, he have information. The question is not whether they have acted on it. The question was that is presidency doing anything to that regard? He don't know. He said that because the president have not acted on it because he don't know what was going on or what is going on in Aso Rock as a media person. Not even as a special advisor to the president on media. He don't know. And not only on media, on publicity also. And this is the issue of publicity, but he don't know. Watch.
I don't have information on it.
You see, I don't have information on it. And this is the bomb. He said it pump and play. I don't have information on it. Listen again.
Plans for them now, I can't say definitely. There will be agencies, there will be ministries in charge of things like that. If they have plans that they have formulated, that will be very good. But it is not exactly something the presidency has acted on. If the presidency has acted on it, then I will have information. But I don't have information on it.
We're still on the lockdown. Many Nigerians have expressed concern about the directive that shops and markets and supermarkets can now remain open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Now let me stop here and I will go to another. Did you see that? All the videos I have been showing to you now. Did you see anyone that he admitted that he know anything from the presidency? Have you seen anyone? The answer is no. So tell me, why would this guy shamelessly come to social media and start talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why? Do you think he have the shame? Or not only to come and start talking about anybody that is shouting for Biafra. You see, he should be hiding himself in shame. In fact, this guy is not supposed to be talking in public. Because the incompetency in him is so disgusting that he's not supposed to be talking in presence of camera. Did you see him answering any question as a media man? No. I am giving you a task. Not only the video I've shown here. Go search anywhere whether this man has one day addressed any issue as a media, as a special advisor to the president. Do you know what special advisor is? Special advisor is that the person is advising the president on media and publicity, what to bring to the media. It means that anything that is coming, anything that should be coming from the president, from the presidency to the NTA, he should be the janitor. He should be the man in charge of it. Anything that is coming from the presidency to Nigeria, he should be the one in charge. Like he make the decision, he plan it and pass it to the presidency and say, presidency, this is how we are going to project you. This is how we are going to project your project. This is how we are going to project everything you are doing to the world and to the public and to the Nigerians. And he don't know anything. So tell me, why are you addressing him as a special advisor to the president? Why? Why? Why are you addressing him like that? If he is not doing his job and he don't know anything about the president, why are you addressing him as a special advisor? What is he advising? Because he should be the one to tell the president that it is now the time to come to public and address Nigeria. That yes, this is the right time to do it. He don't even know that the president, in fact, even the speech of the president, he should know something about the speech. Or before the president even see the speech, he should be able to know the content of the president's speech, but he don't know. He don't even know that the president was getting ready to address Nigerians. And he came to Channel TV to say it is not his style to address Nigeria because he has distributed, the job, what we call division of labor. You see that? Now, another video.
From our Abuja studio. Many thanks, Mr. Adesina. If you get the reaction now from the PDP, talking about the Femi Adesina, the special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, he's been talking to us on the program from our Abuja studio. Many thanks, Mr. Adesina. If you get the reaction now from the PDP, talking about the capacity of the President Buhari-led administration in handling some of these critical issues, especially affecting the socio-economic life of Nigerians. Is the President also concerned about some of the concerns of Nigerians about the handling of his government on these issues?
Now listen to how he addressed it.
The President leads the country. He leads the people. Naturally, he should be concerned about their opinions and whatever they say. But when it comes from the like of maybe the PDP national chairman and those we already know as opposition, I think the best thing is not to just loosely over.
Did you hear that? He is saying we are talking, what they are asking him now is the issue of herdsmen killings in Nigeria. Killing of Nigerians, like the herdsmen killing Nigerians. The herdsmen were not killing PDP members. The herdsmen were not killing UPP or whatever members. They were not killing APGA members. Herdsmen were killing the Nigerians, not any political party or any member of any political Nigerians. And the PDP national chairman came to make comment and condemn the president for not acting on the killing of Nigerians. And this man said, since it was coming from a PDP chairman, it is inconsequential. Since the criticism of the president for not acting for Nigerians that are being killed by herdsmen, for the only reason that it was coming from the PDP, it is inconsequential. Now listen to him. He is the one. This is a Nigerian man. Listen to him.
Such concerns because they are not disinterested people. They are people who are interested in getting power. And the thing is, try to demarcate the person that is in power as much as possible. Try to discredit that person so that you can gain advantage for your own political party. So those kind of people, I think the president just takes their opinions in his stride. But the opinions of Nigerians, who are the people that gave him a mandate, oh yes, he takes those serious.
Let me quickly take you up on this. There are suggestions, just like Professor Wole Soyinka brought up, the issues of self-defense as an alternative.
Now listen the way he's going to address Wole Soyinka's opinion. Wole Soyinka is not a member of PDP. Wole Soyinka is not a politician. But listen and watch how he is going to address the opinion of Wole Soyinka. You see that the channel television presenters, sometimes they are good. Because this is actually a very good question. But you see how, and because like I said, they know this Femi, and each time they are asking him question, he is dodging it, and they are coming in a different way to ask that question. He will still not answer it. Now listen the way he repositioned the question again and asked, what about this Wole Soyinka's own opinion? Because Wole Soyinka is not a member of PDP. You understand? Now watch.
Of security, civil actions, of course, for people to protect themselves and their property within the frame of the law, which is said is going to be an organized mechanisms for people to safeguard their properties and their interest. The ramifications of this, the implications of this, Is the president aware of some of these issues? And what will be his immediate reactions to this? Because it does point out at the fact that there's a failing security apparatus in Nigeria.
No, that will just be your opinion, which you have a right to, but then that does not make you correct. There is a security apparatus in the country which is working to secure the country. Yes, there are challenges, but that apparatus is rising up to those challenges. I wouldn't agree with you that it is failing. Yes, it is challenged and it is rising up to those challenges. Then, on what Professor Soyinka said about self-defense, you see, the issue of herdsmen farmers crisis is, I believe, a national emergency. It's something that determines to be interrogated from different sides, different perspectives, till we get a solution that we can call the solution. What Professor Soyinka has said can just be one of the preferred solutions, which will be looked at. I've spoken about the 9 governors committee headed by Professor Osinbajo, who is the vice president of the country. They will look at all opinions. They will look at all recommendations. And I believe at the end of the day, we will get something good for the country that will solve this problem.
He still did not answer the question.
I'd like to know, Mr. Adesina, for example, aside the task of Operation Cat Race, in terms of some of the issues of ranching and all of that, what are the other things that the government is doing aside the security issues in terms of some of the fundamentals that the president has taken up in the immediate? You did say that is an emergency matter.
Yes, it's an emergency matter, but then you don't come on television or go to newspapers to begin to talk about security strategy. Security strategy are exclusive things.
No, it's not security that I'm talking about, Mr. Adesina. No, I said aside security. Aside security, because yes, the issues...
No, he will not understand you. He will not understand you because his head is blocked. Did you hear that? On purpose, they are asking him something, he's talking something else. On purpose, this is how you know who are criminals. This is how criminals does. If you are in court of law, the criminals, how they do is that when you are posing question, when you are throwing question at criminals, like hardened criminals, they understood very well what you are asking, but they will pretend to be Dondi, they will pretend to be Mumu, they will begin to answer something different. And that is how to know who is a real criminal, because the person that have criminal mind can never answer your question. Like this Femi is doing. He can never answer your question. He pretends not to understand your question, and he will begin to talk something out of point. Now, listen to the question, and this guy is still correcting him. I am not talking about security. Security aside, he still behave as if he did not understand that question. Now, watch it again.
Things.
No, it's not security that I'm talking about, Mr. Adesina. No, I said aside security.
You see?
Aside security, because yes, the issues are beyond also security. There are fundamentals, because this issue are psychological. There are philosophical issues also. And the people would like to know what exactly is the government doing to answer to the social psyche of the people, especially those who are directly affected.
Okay, I'm sure you must have seen some of those 9 governors in that.
You see? Did you see that? He cannot answer. When they ask him question about the coronavirus, he referred to a minister. Now they are asking him as a publicity person, as a special advisor to the president, who actually supposed to prepare and bring to the public. Anytime they ask him, he will be referring to one minister, or now he's referring to 9 governors. Now, they ask him a question, he is referring to 9 governors. He asks him, you must have listened to the 9 governors. What has 9 governors got to do with your job? You see how incompetency is smelling? This thing is smelling. Each time I watch this guy, I shed tears. Because this is the biggest non-entity. The biggest non-entity in Yoruba land. Now watch him again.
this issue as psychological. There are philosophical issues also. And the people would like to know what exactly is the government doing to answer to the social psyche of the people, especially those who are directly affected.
Okay, I'm sure you must have seen some of those nine governors in that committee headed by the vice president.
Oh my God.
Engaging with local communities. The chairman of that committee, or one of the major governors in that committee, is Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State. I saw him on your station yesterday engaging with people in Makurdi, Benue. So that's part of it.
You hear that?
The members of the committee have found out in the country and they are engaging with the local communities where these challenges are very, very predominant.
Did you hear the answer?
This is not only former heads of state, Ibrahim Babangida and Olusegun Obasanjo, who have the views about the manner in which president is handling things in the country. I'd like you to listen to what Professor Wole Soyinka thinks about the manner in which the president handles, engages in the issues of governance. Listen to this, Mr. Adesina.
Mr. President, I think you are under a trance. I would say, I think you are under a trance. Too many things are happening now which made me say that. I think he's under a trance, and that the sooner he gets out of that trance.
No. After this, listen to what is going to respond to what Wole Soyinka is saying.
Unforced errors are going on. I mean, take, for instance, the reinstatement of this fellow who was sacked from the military, from the Ministry of Health. What's that about? Why? I mean, that's what I mean by unforced.
Please, those of you who are writing about something happening in Delta, yes, we will come to order, but not now. Today, I just come here today to pieces Femi Adesina for insulting Biafra agitators. That is why I have come this today to make sure I pieces him. And after I finish with him today, any day he will want to write or post anything about Biafra agitators, he have to think twice.
What's going on? This is the action of. It's like a certain kind of alienation from reality is going on. That's what I mean by. I would say to him, yeah, I think you're under a trance.
Mr. Adesina, you heard the Nobel laureate there.
Now watch him.
What would be the presidency's reaction to this?
You see, the question is what will be the presidency reaction to this? And you know, this is a very technical question. You know, this is why sometimes I respect these guys in Channel TV, because they ask very brilliant questions. This is very technical. He said they ask him, what will be the president's reaction to this? Because you know this question is directed at him as the special advisor to the presidency or to the president on media and publicity. So he should be able to tell what could be the president's response to this kind of thing. Because being a special advisor means that you are very smart. You should be able to speak something on behalf of the president. You understand? Because it is whatever the president is going to do to bring his image to the public, you are going to advise that. If the advice is coming from you, because you are the image maker of the president. The president is not his own image maker. It is not the duty of the president to make his own image and pass it to you, to now go to the public and show his image. No, it doesn't work that way. It works the other way around. It is you who is the image maker of the president. You will build the image, take it to the president. This is what I have for you. This is what you will do and people will like you. This is what I'm advising you to do. The president may not even have the choice to either accept it or not accept it. Because he have trusted that thing, that button has given you that button. It is whatever you make, and before they give you that button, it means that somebody have recommended you, that you are competent and you are ready to do that job. And now you are not doing that job because you have lost touch with the presidency. Because you are not inner caucus of the presidency. So whatever you say, you must get it from the president. And that is not the way you should be doing your job. Now, watch.
Well, the Nobel laureate is somebody.
Now listen to his sluggish and very irresponsible response to what Wole Soyinka said. Now listen.
We respect very much. He's one of the most noble people we have in the country. Is one of Nigeria's greatest gifts to the world. We respect him. But then, despite all that, his opinion will still be his opinion.
You see? Just like that.
His opinion will not constitute the gospel. His opinion will not mean you have to take it, that is the opinion. His opinion will still be his opinion. And don't forget that Professor Soyinka is talking from one perspective, because he's not in government.
Did you hear that?
In government, he may have a broader view.
Oh, did you hear that? He said that Wole Soyinka is not in government. You know, they asked him a simple question: what would be the response of the reaction of the president from what Wole Soyinka? What would be the reaction or the response of Mr. President? He started talking how Wole Soyinka is not in government. He started talking how if Wole Soyinka is in government, he will see very broad. He will have like 21 eye, like him now and Femi, who have 21 eye, who can tell Nigeria to go and die. If you are not happy with Buhari, you should go and die. Most of you watched it on Channel TV when he said anybody that is not happy can go and die. And he's the same thing, because he is in government. He have 21 eye to see the invisible, the thing that ordinary human being cannot see. He was telling Nigeria, is it better to lose your life or lose your land? And this man come from Yoruba land, people that are well educated and very smart, and he is this today. Now continue watching.
He may see the different sides of the coin. So I'll just say he's talking from the side of the coin that he knows. But he is an illustrious Nigerian, and he has our respect.
Did you hear that? So the response of the president is just what I have just explained now. What a shame. What a shame.
Mr. Adesina, it's always a pleasure talking to you and clarifying some of these issues for us. Thank you so much for your time on the program tonight. That's the President's special...
What a shame. What a shame. A very big shame. A very big shame. Now, here is another one.
At this time, a lot of Nigerians are concerned about the president. They voted the president, so they have the right to be concerned about his health and state of mind, of course. The president has always sought medical attention severally since he became president. And when we wonder why he will always seek medical attention overseas.
When you say severally, you make it appear as if it's every other month.
No, but severally...
It's been twice, just twice.
Severally is two and above.
Yes, it's 2 and above. It could be 4. But it's just 2.
Okay, even if it's true, when we wonder why the president will be seeking medical attention overseas, does it mean that the Aso Rock medical facilities or any medical institution or physician in Nigeria cannot attend to the president's health concerns?
You also have what is called medical history, where you consult people who are used to you and your constitution and your health. They have your medical history. Before he became president, he has been using those same set of people. So it stands to reason that the same people continue to attend to him.
Does he use the...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Femi claimed that before Buhari became the president, he already have medical history in London. That's a very big lie. He also claimed that those people have his medical history before he became the president. Buhari, who could not afford to buy form, according to them, have medical history in London. Buhari, you see how these people will go. And let me now tell you what happens here. You see, after saying that Buhari have medical history in London, he came back and shot himself on the leg. Now, listen, you are going to watch him now, listen to him shoot himself. Now, watch.
Consult people who are used to you and your constitution and your health. They have your medical history. Before he became president, he has been using those same set of people. So it stands to reason that the same people continue to attend to him.
Does he use the medical facility in the Aso Rock Villa?
I can't say.
You hear that? He is the special advisor. They asked whether Buhari used the medical facility in Aso Rock. I can't say. He don't know. He has never answered one single question since 2015. I don't know. Whether the president has ever used the medical facility in Aso Rock, I don't know. Straight answer, I don't know.
Aso Rock Villa? I can't say. Because when the president is at home, I have never seen him.
By the way, this is how the president looked during the time. As you can see.
Fall sick.
This is his look.
But he has a personal physician who attends to him.
You hear that? He have personal physician who attend to him. At the same time, he claimed that they have his medical history in London. Now, listen.
But I will not be able to say categorically whether he uses the Aso Rock facility or not.
You see, you hear that? He has personal physician who attend to him in Aso Rock. At the same time, he claimed his medical history is in London. Did you see how he shoot himself? He said that he is going to London because his medical history is there. On using the Aso Rock facility, he said he have a personal physician in Aso Rock, but he don't know whether he's using the facility. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Because some of the concern, for example, I know you knew about the debate about when he went to visit an ENT specialist in London the other time. People are saying there are very, very qualified ENT specialists in Nigeria that he could have seen, for example. And brings to the question about capital flights and issues of our institutions.
It's the same issue of changing the order of our statements. When he went out then, we said he was taking a vacation. And during that vacation, he will use the opportunity to see ENT doctors.
Look the way the man look. Look the way the man look like cartoon. This is your president. This is the real president. Look the way he look like cartoon.
In Nigeria. And then that he was going to ask for another opinion. They will look at him again.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He said that he went to London to ask for another opinion. And this is the man who tell you that the medical history is in London. Now he have changed his story just within 1 minute. That he went to vacation and from there he will go to check or seek second opinion. Did you hear that? Second opinion. But he claimed just a minute ago that his medical history is in London.
He was originally attended to in this country.
Did you hear that? He was originally attended to in this country. Are you people hearing it?
Really? Yes, really. Okay.
The channel television man asked him, really? Now, watch again. Let me start from here.
ENT doctors. He had been attended to in Nigeria. And then that he was going to ask for another opinion. They will look at him again. He was originally attended to in this country. Really? Yes, really. Okay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You see how this man lied. Just few minutes ago, he said the medical record is in London. So he wants these people to continue to treat him. Now, after a few minutes, he changed it that he was originally treated in Nigeria. So which means the medical record should be in Nigeria and not in London. You see how he contradicts himself here in the same interview. Now, watch.
He went, oh, yes, definitely. It was in the statement we issued.
I mean, let me take you to some issues.
Now, let me play it again.
It stands to reason that the same people continue to attend to him.
Does he
consult people who are used to
decision in Nigeria cannot attend to the president?
But it's just true.
Okay, I mean, even if it's true.
Now listen. Now listen where he lied. He said that the president is going to London because he is used to them, because they have his medical record. In this same interview, now listen. He said the president went to London because they have his medical record. Now, this is to show you the people that are in the helm of affair in Nigeria. They are all criminals. You see this government, not only that, why things are not working is that not only before you have only corrupt politician. Before you have corrupt, but now you have corrupt politician, you have criminals, you have terrorists, you have everything, you have Satan, and you have everything bad leading this government. In this government, you will see Yahoo men. In this government, you will see criminals. In this government, you see kidnappers. In this government, you see bandits. In this government, you see Boko Haram. In this government, you see ISIS. In this government, you see herdsmen, terrorists. In this government, you have the 5 terrorist groups serving in different security agencies in the government. And that is why nothing is working. Now, listen to him again.
Wonder why the president will be seeking medical attention overseas. Does it mean that the Aso Rock medical facilities or any medical institution or physician in Nigeria cannot attend to the president's health concerns?
You also have what is called medical history.
Okay, did you hear that? Medical history.
You consult people who are used to you.
Did you hear that?
Your constitution and your health. They have your medical history.
Did you hear
Before
that?
he became president, he has been using those same set of people.
Did you hear that?
It stands to reason that the same people continue to attend to him.
Okay.
Does he use the medical facility in the Aso Rock Villa?
I can't say, because when the president is at home, I have never seen him.
You see?
Sick.
You see that?
So, but he has a personal physician who attends to him.
Now, after claiming that he has a medical record with people in London, now watch him here.
During that vacation, he will use the opportunity to see ENT doctors. He had been attended to in Nigeria, and then that he was going to ask for another opinion.
Did you hear that?
Look at him again. He was originally attended to in this country.
In 1 minute, he lied 2 times. Within 1 minute, he lied in front of national television.
Yes, really.
Okay, before he went.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And because this channel television guy is very smart, he asks really, because he remembered that he just said that he went to London to seek a second opinion because the medical record is there. Or that he went to London because they have his medical record even before he became the president. And now he is talking a different thing, that he went to seek a different opinion. And this guy asks him, really? He said, yes, really. Because he don't think again. His brain is not functional. His brain is not functional anymore. And you are the person that is challenging Biafrans. You are challenging Biafrans and mocking Biafra agitators. You are not supposed to be talking when the least person agitating for Biafra is talking. Not to talk of that, you are challenging Nnamdi Kanu's opinion. Because in fact, you are not qualified to head any shop of an Igbo man in Idumota, this Femi, with this attitude. And I doubt if all Jews of Kalo will be proud of you today for having employed you in his son newspaper for once. He will be ashamed of you from prison.
It was in the statement we issued.
I mean, let me take you to some issues concerning, you attend the cabinet meetings and there are openings in the cabinet, some cabinet members that are not represented from some states, the death of the minister from Kogi State.
That's the only one I know, so we can say some.
What about Mrs. Mohammed?
Mrs. Amina Mohammed will not be out of the cabinet till March 2nd.
Will the president be rejigging his cabinet?
It's his prerogative.
Did you hear that?
So he will do it if he wishes to do it. He appointed them, he assembled the cabinet. The prerogative is his own to also rejig it.
Do you think he needs to rejig it?
I am not in a position.
You hear that?
To answer that question.
So you advise him to, don't you?
Did you hear that?
Yes, I advise him.
Did you hear that? He said he is not in position. He is not in position to answer question. Please, I'm laughing because this is somebody. Please, pardon me. Somebody said that. Please, pardon me. This is really funny. Oh my God. Oh my. I'm sorry. This broke me up. So this man is telling you that he can't. Oh my God. Sorry. Now watch.
He wishes to do it. He appointed them. He assembled the cabinet. The prerogative is his own to also rejig it.
Do you think he needs to rejig it?
I am not in a position to answer that question.
So you advise him to, don't you?
No, yes, I advise him on media and publicity.
But you hear what the people talk about in the media about his cabinet.
Yeah, people have a right to say what they are saying.
Are you people hearing your competent advisor on media to the president? Are you hearing him? He said he cannot answer that question. You see, I told you, if I finish with him today, any day he see posts by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or by any Biafra agitating group, by IPOB, by Mossab, by BZM, any Biafra group, if we see their post and castigate and insult them again, I will come again with a bigger one. So this is just a litmus test on Adesina. Adesina, who cannot mind his business, and he is prognosing in the affair of Biafra agitators. Now, let me play this to the end. Now, watch.
But the president will have his way, because the president is the one that has been elected and is the one that assembled the cabinet.
Are you in touch with what is happening in the grassroots, in the local area, about the sufferings of many Nigerians?
Very much so. Very
Is the
much
president
so.
in touch with that too?
I'll tell you, there are days I decide in the evenings to visit the president at home after office hours.
Did you hear that? When they ask him, remember, when they ask him, what is this? Do you visit president? Like, what is the health situation of the president? He answered, he don't visit the president at home. Do you people hear that? Do I play it again? He said he don't visit the president at home. He don't go to the home of the president. And after a few minutes, he come here now to say, in this same interview, he come here now to say, sometimes I visit the president at his home after work. Do you see the kind of person? Do you see the caliber of person that is advising the president? Do you see? Are you hearing that? He said he don't go to the president's home when they were talking about the health. Now he come to say he is going to president's home every now and then, sometime after work in the evening. Do you hear that? Lies upon lies, not even like yesterday and today, but this is in the same, he was sitting in the same seat and saying two different things at the same time. That is how they will come to public and open their mouth and lie. Now, let me play where he said he don't go. So that, because have patience with me. It is me and him today. Let me play where he said he don't go to president's house. And then come here to play where he say he's going to president's house. One watch.
Visit an ENT specialist in London the other time. People are saying there are very, very qualified ENT specialists in Nigeria that they could have seen, for example. And brings to the question about capital flights and issues of our institutions.
It's the same issue of changing the order of our statements. When he went out then, we said he was taking a vacation. And during that vacation, he will use the opportunity to see ENT doctors. He had been attended to in Nigeria. And then that he was going to ask for another opinion. They will look at him again. He was originally attended to in this country.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay, before he went...
Oh, yes, definitely. It was in the statement we issued.
I mean, let me take you to some issues concerning... You attend the cabinet meetings.
People continue to attend to him.
Does he use the medical facility in the Aso Rock Villa?
I can't say. Because... when the president is at home, I have never seen him.
Did you hear that? He said, when the president is at home, he has never seen him. Did you watch that? Listen to it again.
In the Aso Rock Villa?
I can't say. Because when the president is at home, I have never seen him fall sick.
Did you hear that? He said, when he cannot answer that question because when the president is at home, he has never seen him. He has never seen him in the same interview. Now, I will play it 2 times before I go to where he say he normally go to see the president. In the same interview. Now, watch.
The medical facility in the Aso Rock Villa?
I can't say. Because... when the president is at home, I have never seen him fall sick.
Again.
So, but he continued to attend to him.
Does he use the medical facility in the Aso Rock Villa?
I can't say. Because when the president is at home, I have never seen him.
Then again, here.
Yeah. About the sufferings of many Nigerians.
Very much so. Very, very
Is the president in touch with that too?
I'll tell you, there are days I decide in the evenings to visit the president at home after office hours. One day like that, I went to see him and we were talking. And I said, Mr. President, people are going through tough times. And he told me, I know.
Now you have seen the lies. He has never seen president fall sick in his home. And the sickness that the president went to London for surgery for many months, it didn't start from his home. It started when he was on vacation. He said he go to president's house and he never see him sick in his house. So the sickness started when he went to London for vacation. It didn't start from Nigeria. You see, Femi Adesina, this will be your last time you raise your voice or take your pen or you come to social media to write anything against any Biafra agitation. If you do it, what I'm going to do next is not just coming on social media to bring videos. I am going to go deeper. I'm going to go deeper and bring documents that will make you disappear in Nigeria like a chaff. It's a promise. If you talk again against Biafra, I will be presenting documents that will make you to go indoor and hide yourself. And when we are talking about disintegration of Nigeria with these evil people that you are following because you are employed there and you are receiving salary, to the detriment of every Nigerian, and you are eating and sitting on blood of Nigerians, including the blood of Yoruba people. You cannot have conscience, human conscience, and call a spade a spade. In a developed world, somebody like you should have resigned even in the first tenure of Buhari. But because of your greed and power monger, you see white, you call it black. You see black, you call it white. So, thank you all for joining me to tear Femi Adesina into pieces on this day for insulting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra agitators. That is what you get when you dare the lion that are sleeping. You see that? Don't try Biafra again. This will be your last warning. So my people, remember on the 20th of June 2020, our march still stands until further notice. If it is postponed, we are going to let you know. If it is postponed. Thank you this evening for all of you who have joined me and listened to this great live broadcast. Share this live broadcast. Let it go to Femi Adesina. Let it go to his supporters. Let it go to those who have written that thing that he shared on his wall that provoked the Biafran spirit in me to remember him this day. Let him watch this video. Thank you and remain blessed.